Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome to a layout being done for the scrap room, and where I am using the Freaky Fest formula that is out for challenges from the scrap room today. You can find the Freaky Fest formula, I just showed it there. You can go back and pause your screen, or you can find it on the Facebook group for the scrap room. They post challenges every month. There's a bunch of other ones as well, super fun. I highly recommend you play along, or you can find it in the blog, and all those things are linked down below as well as the store, so you can go shop and get your Flavors of the Month kit yourself. This is the Carta collection that is in the Flavors of the Month kit. It is escaping me what it's called, but obviously it's Christmas themed. This is December, so lots of Christmas themed items in the kits. This, the quote-unquote cardstock that comes with this collection specifically this month is my favorite because it's not like true cardstock. It's kind of like a textured pattern paper, but anyway, there's a little distressing on it, but I added some more by adding some ink around the entire page using scorched timber. I thought that one went the best. So I'm cutting all the pieces, which was 2x3, and then a bunch of 1/2 inch strips, and I will ink the edges of everything with that scorched timber, so you're going to be seeing a lot of that. But I wanted to take the mostly solids and then the poinsettia pattern. Again, I don't have my list in front of me, so I can't tell you what they're called, but if you get the kit, you will get a nice little list of everything that is in your kit, and you'll be able to see that. So I'm cutting all the pieces for the for the Freaky Fast formula. I actually designed the Freaky Fast formula this month, and I was told that some people were cursing my name. So if you want to see some other examples or other inspiration ideas of using the Freaky Fast formula, Rochelle did an awesome one. She'll be posting that pretty soon at some point, and Shannon Allard did a really neat. So we've got 3 different variations of the Freak Fest formula. I think it's fun. You have strips, you play, do however you want. I also think that would be kind of fun to almost do like the Christmas tree that's on the pattern of the Vicky Booten collection, but I don't know if the sizes that I picked would work. They do taper down, but I think there might be too many of one to actually make it work. Anyway, play with it. Do it with it what you will. So I did trim one photo out there, and then I decided not to use it because the sizes of the strips are only so big, and that other photo kind of took over the weaving I did, so you end up not seeing as much of it, and so I just opted for another photo that I can trim down a little smaller. It's still not a 2x3, but it is, I believe it ends up being a 2x like 4 or 5. So I'm just going to use those 2x3 pieces matted behind it. Yeah, and that works really good. I will grab a paper from my stash as well, just for another mat that kind of matches the peachy pink color that's in some of the poinsettias on that poinsettia pattern, and that's just 4x5 or 4x6 card, one of those stacks. I just have them kind of around so that I can always grab them and add them in if I want to. So there's like the main event of my layout. So I wanted some more distress or something behind it in the background. So I'm using this, I think it's Stampers Anonymous, or it might be a Tim Holtz stamp, just this texture of this big, basically like ink blot. So I put the scorched timber all over it, and then I spritzed it, and I'm just going to stamp all over and then get all the excess off on the rest of the page. And then I decide, I think I want another little weaved cluster down on the bottom right. So I will cut a few more strips. I'm actually digging in the trash for the for the little pieces that I cut off, the ones I have. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to need these, but they were the perfect length to add to the little side of this little paper weaving over here. So those worked out really good. Inking all those up as well, cutting a few extra, and going to create a little cluster down there. So I'll weave it all together, and then what I do is I just put dabs of glue where like they crisscross and connect, and then that is how I put my weaving together. I thought about then stitching through them, but I decided I liked it without the stitching, and so I'm going to leave it without stitching, and just have the weaving with that ink in the background and everything inked up. So I'm going to get those glued down. I'm popping my photo up on foam, and then I will grab the 2 little sticker sheets that you get for the embellishments this month, and I will start adding some items. I had this cute little house. It's a picture of my son with a shovel. He got an early Christmas present from his grandma back when I didn't work at his school, when he would have his days off for Christmas break. A lot of times he would go spend a few of those days with grandma. It was fun for her, fun for him, and worked out for us because I ended up having to work usually until Christmas Eve, and then we'd have some other days off. So he got an early Christmas present, and because he loved to help them shovel, and so they gave him his own little shovel, and yeah, I think he helped clear the sidewalk and the driveway a few times while he was there. So I'm just using some of the other little stickers and scattering them around, and then adding a cluster on the bottom there. And I really wanted to use that label, but I didn't like what was in it. But I wanted a red label, and instead of grabbing something from my stash, I figured might as well use what came in the kit. So I'm just going to cover the inside with that poinsettia pattern, and then I'm going to house my title on that little area. So I'm just carefully kind of marking and measuring. It's not precise. I just kind of figure out the shape and size of what needs to cover up the inside of that label, and I mark it and cut it the best of my abilities, which is not perfect, but it works. You can barely tell, especially because I'm going to cover it up with the title and some other embellishments also. So getting that done, and then I'm going to go find this tile alpha that I used last month as well. It's one of those perfect like red cream for these vintagey kind of layouts, and I'm always a sucker for a tile alpha. I even have the L Studio tile alpha stamp and dies because they're fun to have, to make your own tile alpha too. But I'm just going to spell out Snow Helper, and I'm going to ink the edges of all those too, so those are inked up and everything is golden. Again, and then I'll get those glued down because they do not stick very well anymore. Use up all the little brads that came in the kit as well. If you want to see a breakdown of what actually comes in the kit, make sure you check out the Scrap Room's reveal. Tina Gale does a great job. I think Tina's still doing it. But here's some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye.